and finger sandwiches, presented on 3-tier cake stands as if they were in an expensive spa. To mimic champagne, she poured sparkling white grape juice into plastic flutes, which the girls thought divine. Before she knew it, 6 o'clock had arrived. The candles were blown out, the cake cut, and the tea devoured. Maya had managed to pinch only one of the sandwiches. "Amber's mum, can you do me a pamper party when it's my birthday?" Lottie asked, the remains of chocolate cake at the corners of her mouth. The doorbell rang, saving Maya from having to answer. It was Lottie and Hannah's mums, arriving together. Before they'd even stepped into the hallway, they were forced to admire their daughter's nails and makeup, both girls waving their hands in front of their faces excitedly. It being the beginning of half-term week, the girls would get to keep their painted nails for a week before they went back to school. "Wow, Maya, I might have to get you to do my nails," Lottie's mum said. "Any time. Just give me a call. Here's my business card." Maya always made sure she had these to hand. "I will. Thanks so much for having Lottie. I hope she was good." They all were. "Catch you next week for my waxing," Hannah's mum said, waving goodbye. "Thanks so much for the party." Closing the front door, Maya returned to Amber and Chloe, who were in the lounge choosing another film. With her newly painted nails, Amber tentatively held the remote control to flick through Netflix. Maya was about to explain that she didn't need to worry about smudging her nails when her mobile rang. "Hi," she said, seeing it was Emma calling. "How did you cope with 10 boys? House still standing?" "Yes, but we've had a bit of an incident. Lucas has had to take Finley to A&E. "Oh, God, what happened?" "I don't think it's anything serious, just a close encounter with a door frame. But Lucas wants to make sure Finn's nose isn't broken. I'll come right away and get Lewis out of your hair." "Thank you, and sorry." Emma sounded unusually subdued. Maya put the phone down. She hadn't quite finished putting away all her makeup and nail varnishes, but she shut the lids on the cases, leaving them in the lounge. "Listen, Amber, I need to pop out quickly to fetch Lewis from Emma's. Do not open the door to anyone. Is that clear?" Chloe's dad, who was collecting her, wasn't arriving until 6:30, so Maya calculated she had ample time to drive round to Emma's house and be back before he arrived. 20 minutes later, she let herself back into the house. Her patience had been tested to breaking point, all the way home with Lewis whinging. Exhaustion was starting to set in. She hadn't stopped all day and was ready to collapse on the sofa with a leftover scone. Plus, a well-earned glass of wine. "I'm back," she called. Lewis went straight to the bottom of the stairs to take off his shoes. "Mummy!" Amber came running into the hallway. "Chloe's daddy is here? Was it okay we let him in?" "Oh, of course." Flustered, Maya plastered on a smile and entered the lounge. Hi, Maya." Her cheery greeting faltered on her lips. Chloe's dad was sitting rigidly on the edge of her sofa, his expression thunderous, hands clasped, fingers twisting his gold wedding ring. He would have been handsome, with his dark, wavy hair and brown eyes, if his face hadn't looked like it was made of stone. In Maya's absence, Chloe and Amber had evidently found her makeup and dabbled further. Chloe was wearing bright purple and pink eyeshadows and cerise pink lipstick, and blusher was streaked across her face, all coarsely applied with the lack of finesse that only an 11-year-old would manage. Amber was similarly daubed with blues and greens. The two girls looked like Toya Wilcox in her 80s heyday. Both eyed each other cagily. They knew they'd done wrong. Before Maya could reprimand them, Chloe's dad stood up and said furiously under his breath, "I didn't think a pamper party would leave my daughter looking like a tart." He beckoned to his daughter. "Come on, Chloe, let's go home and clean this mess off your face." He ushered her out of the room, leaving Maya gobsmacked, unsure whether to apologise or stand her ground.